Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Young State of 56 from 56 FM. I got my bro Jaris.wav. Give him a little introduction.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's Q&A in the building. Jaris.wav on everything, you know what I'm saying? I'm originally from New York. Moved to Atlanta when I was like 11, 12. Been here ever since. Loving it. I'm an artist, multidisciplinary on they ass, you know what I'm saying? I be doing my shit, little this, little that, but you know what I'm saying? We living life. Shit.
Yeah,
Glad to be
yeah.
here with Twin, bro.
And I appreciate you, bro. Like, this is really impromptu for real, like, but it's worth it because we definitely gonna get in some crazy conversation. Like,
Hell yeah.
shit, starting off, like, what made you get into, like, shit, just the creative field? Like, upbringing,
That's
all of
real.
that.
That's real. That's real. So, I grew up literally across the street from the church. Like, I'm talking about like this to that, like walk
Yeah.
across the street type shit. So, I feel like church an amazing place, like sometimes, not all the time. So you got good community there, then it could be like awesome. I was lucky to have that. Like, my whole family is very Jamaican. So it's like they very religious. And so I was going to church every Sunday. I was enamored with like the drums and stuff. Like, when you a kid, I feel like high level art just look like magic, bro. Like, you like there's no actual way that nigga doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I was watching the drummer. I was in the choir and shit like that. I was doing a whole bunch of shit. I started public speaking at the church, doing the little plays and shit since before I could like remember and shit. So I always been doing some type of like performance or like, you know what I'm saying, just like talking in front of people. So that shit definitely opened up like a lot of like confidence on like a stage or like performance and shit. And then yeah, beyond that, I started playing like instruments in school and shit. I started off with like violin, like third grade. I wasn't fucking with that. I forgot to go to like every lesson by fourth grade. So fifth grade, I was just like, fuck it, I gotta do drums. And then I shit you not, bro. Like within like 2 weeks, like I was like the best drummer in the whole shit. And niggas have been doing it since the year before.
Yeah, it's that rhythm in you.
Bro, yeah, bro, it really came out because I got like a granddad that's a drummer. I never met her, like a great granddad that's like a crazy drummer. I never met him. But yeah, I got ill at that shit. And then by the time like I moved to Atlanta, that whole situation crazy because like that shit wild as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Times was tough. This post.
How are you?
How old was I? Shit, like I was 11. Like it was right before sixth grade. I basically came to Atlanta like right before my sixth grade year. But I had some family that had moved down here already, and like the job market and all that shit was crazy in New York. Shit was way too expensive. Nobody owned their shit. My parents was like, we not finna live the rest of their, you know what I'm saying, our lives renting shit and not, you know what I'm saying. So we really restarted and shit. That shit was crazy as fuck. And we moved down here. I had already like applied to go to some private schools and shit because I was growing up, or we was finna live with my grandma in Jonesboro.
Yeah.
Jonesboro, you know what I'm saying? The public schools out around there, by where my grandma lives, is not the greatest, especially compared to New York. New York public school is solid.
Yeah, I'm about to say the education system in New York.
Exactly. So they was like, we not finna do that. So I had applied to like private schools and shit through like a program that I got accepted into.
Oh, that's hard.
Like from the church and shit like that, bro. Like the whole church like supported me and shit like that. I think they had raised some money and shit from me too and shit like that. So like we had done that. I got matched to the school and shit, and then they had crazy band programs. So I was in that bitch doing percussion like a real nigga, you know what I'm saying? Mallets, snare drum, bass drum,
Quad.
Suspended cymbal, quad, vibes, motherfucking marimba, chimes, timpani. They had all that shit. By like sixth grade, like by that Christmas concert, I was playing like, there was one song I was playing like 5 different instruments. I remember that shit. Like in the one song, you go over here, do that. Go over here, do that. So I was on that, and then I started playing drum set like when I was like 15 in the honors jazz program once I got in high school and shit. And then that shit opened me up because jazz is so fucking beautiful, bro. Jazz is so fucking. It's like, some niggas be like, I can't do this. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't
that
like
shit
it.
is a feeling like.
Yes, exactly. It's freedom, nigga. But then I started producing because my boy Nabis, shout out Nabis, bro, because he make music today, bro. He part of motherfucking fucking No Band. You know them niggas?
No. Oh,
No
yeah.
Band. Yeah, bro. Like Rokai and like motherfucking, yeah, bro. So
that shit crazy.
Exactly. He sent me a cracked version of Logic because we went to the same school. We was both percussionists. We was both in the same like like the program that we got into the school
Yeah.
from. We was both in that. So it's like he was 1 year older than me. We was just locked in.
Shout out Crack Logic.
Exactly, bro. So he sent me that Crack Logic on like 17. Never look back, bro.
Yeah.
Never look back, bro. So I've been producing on Logic since then. I really just got able to like 2 weeks ago.
Shout out Ableton.
So yeah, no, that's the come up, bro. That's the music story, shit.
Shit, that's hard. Like in terms of shit education, right now you do physics and shit like that.
Hell yeah, bro.
Like, how does music and physics interlap?
Well, you know what I'm saying. Firstly, I'm gonna blow your mind real quick. What is music? What literally is music but applied physics? Like, let's be real. Physics about movement of shit. Physics about movement of shit. What's music but movement of shit?
Yeah.
Like pitch, movement, harmonies,
Velocity.
Like this is all just music shit. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I could see it because I be in a physics class. I'll be in physics 3 taking a lecture, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, today we're gonna learn about like fucking, it'd be some shit that directly apply to exactly what I was doing, like some oscillation shit or some shit where we learn about instruments, how timbre and waveforms, you know what I'm saying, like exist. And it's just like, wow, I take that and I look at my DAW and it's like, oh my gosh, this is all just like physics, but like in a less like geeky sense. Like this is just like directed towards making good sounds, but it like all sound is just vibrations.
Yeah, it's frequencies,
waves,
all of that. Facts.
Wave, literally dot wave, bro, literally.
Facts. Shout out WAV Jaris.wav.
Hell yeah, bro.
Shit.
Yeah.
In terms of like fucking waves, let's talk about Q&A. Well, what is that?
Man, what isn't Q&A? I think, wait, ask that one more time.
Instead of waves, like, what is Q&A? No, hold on. Let's start this shit off. We gonna cut this bit. All right. Instead of speaking of waves, you know, you got a wave going on. Shit. What is that? Q&A?
Exactly, bro.
Mm.
Exactly, bro. Literally, like
shit.
Literally, bro. Q&A is too powerful to actually be defined, because the second you try to define it, it's like you go away from what it truly is at its essence.
Shit.
On everything, bro. Like Q&A started, it was a pandemic baby, a thought child of myself and my 2 closest homeboys I also met in middle school, literally, Motohama and Nagi, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are my boys, shout out them. But basically, that was some shit we was already on, and we kind of just came up with the name for it. But Q&A is question and answer, and it's a thought process. It's a thought process along with the lifestyle, along with a way to look at everything. Mm. It's the idea that instead of attaching yourself to answers, which we all fucking do, who doesn't like being right about some shit? It's a good feeling. You get dopamine from that shit. Like being right about some shit, boy, what? Like that's what everybody go for.
Yeah, everybody will be right.
Exactly. So instead of like attaching yourself to being right, you ask questions to ask better questions. You try to see through the answer. Because no matter what the fuck you got going and shit, you could be right. There's some nigga that's like more right. Like you can't be so right that there's nothing past your rightness. Like there's always more to learn about every single subject. And there are an infinite amount of subjects. So Q&A is really a formula for infinite growth.
So in terms of like your group and the members, you guys are all like excuse me.
Yeah, you do.
You guys are all contrasting people. But when you come into a group in a collaborative space, how do your different creative processes like make that shit so beautiful?
Damn, that's crazy, bro. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, power of friendship, nigga.
Yeah,
that shit, it's like there's so much chemistry between us that you can't even like, you can't really force that shit. Like we all, you know what I'm saying, see a little bit into each other's heads and understand like what we be going for. We give each other space to just exist and breathe and have ideas and shit, and that shit gonna let the best ideas just go. And then from there, it's like we also got a lot of very heavily analytical minds in the group. You know what I'm saying? I'm a physics major. Nagi just graduated from Miami with an electrical engineering degree. Moto graduated from Georgia State with a music technology degree, and then my boy Dom, the foreman, who he like the secret weapon. You know what I'm saying? We keep him over there because you know what I'm saying. Y'all knew about him. Y'all know too much. But basically, nah, for real though. But he graduated. He just finished his undergrad at fucking University of Southern California doing aerospace engineering. That nigga just too smart. You met him too, bro.
Yeah,
he put us together, bro.
Yeah, I remember.
That
But
nigga,
I'm just like, that shit crazy.
exactly. So we be in that bitch heavily analytical, cause you know like creativity is like, yeah, come up with some shit, but then how do you like refine it down? Like what steps do you take to like chip away like a sculpture, make that shit like real good and shit? And those decisions are like as important, if not more important than like what the fuck you get just being mad creative and shit. So we just give each other room because we got a lot of trust, mutual trust in each other and shit, and each other's vision and each other's like ability and whatever we doing, and we always just listen to each other and shit. So this shit cool. This shit cool as fuck.
This shit is hard. Is there a certain scientific theory or concept that you closely relate to when you're making music?
Scientific theory or what concept?
Or like concept like a theory
Okay.
Yeah,
like type
subject,
shit.
yeah.
I feel like damn, like a scientific theory. Shit, man, I could pull out like a bunch, but I don't even know.
Like the parallels you would say, like
where okay, like I definitely think like motion is extremely important. Like when I'm like cooking some shit up, a lot of the time I'm thinking like it's a bunch of different processes, but you need people to move to your music. Not need, but like ideally, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People can move to your music and you could tell it's a good song. Lyrics could be trash, whatever else could be trash, but if niggas is moving, that's a good litmus test for like, okay, this shit lit. And then you could also move people emotionally from the beginning to the end of the song. By the end of that song turn off, they had an experience through that shit. So it's like movement is very important. Like it's just extremely important. I want to come back to that. That was a real good question. If I think about something,
yeah, it's definitely not gonna be your only time on the shit. We definitely have a group one. Everybody gonna be, you know what I'm saying? So this shit gonna get deep, goddamn.
For real.
So like in terms of drumming and rhythm, like how is that like directly affected like how you make beats in your process and thinking about shit? Because you know, music is definitely like it can be straightforward with how we hear it. You know what I'm saying? But you definitely have a different approach when it comes to rhythm, melodies, rhyme scheme, you know, all of that. So yeah.
Facts, bro. I feel like being a drummer really was the cheat code, bro. I can't lie, bro. Like, cause it's like since whenever I started like rapping on tracks, my flow has been there. Cause it's like I'm thinking about it like how I would lay out like a snare drum pattern.
Yeah.
I'm hearing the beat. It's all. And I'm just like so it's like the syncopation was already in there from the drumming and shit. So it's like I'm just freaking whatever flow I want to, you know what I'm saying, on some rhythm shit. It's like, okay, do I want to keep on this pattern going? Do I want to do a fucking polyrhythm? Do I want to go stupid even? Do I want to swing it a little bit? Do I want to change it from this to this at this point? Because it's like that's how I came up, just drumming. So I feel like with rap, that's just a core part of it is like that rhythm and flow you got with what the words you saying. So that shit was always a hack. And then the beats, it's like it's the same way. Like syncopation is really that motherfucker. It's gonna make you move. You know what I'm saying? It's like the shit that's gonna make you like. It's about like contrast and like balance and shit. Like the beat wouldn't be interesting if it was just too predictable and generic and everything was just even. Sometimes you gotta know when to add that thing in the middle of the shit and how to frame shit around it to where like it got bounce like off rip, like 2 seconds in it's just bouncing. So when it comes to like drumming, that shit influences the beats, the melodies, the lyrics, the flow, the bounce. Like that shit is very, very, very important to me. Definitely.
So how has your upbringing like influenced your musical understanding of like just everything, because everyone's musical influence just came from not just the parents, but like how you grew up, your friends who you're hanging out with, fucking YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Shit came
what?
up 2005, like.
Real.
But what would you say? 20 years now at this point. Shit crazy.
Damn.
Like,
Man, we the old heads now.
Man,
What the fuck?
Goddamn.
Oh, but nah, but I feel like it's just been a lot of shit going on in my life. Like at this point, I feel like I done lived like 3-4 lives in this motherfucker, just like changing scenery so like heavily. You know what I'm saying? Like elementary school, I went to like 3-4 different schools, and like I thought those were different. Then I came fucking from New York to Atlanta, and then I wasn't even in like regular Atlanta. I was going to school with like rich white kids, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, it didn't make sense to me. I didn't know nothing about college football. I didn't know nothing about Chick-fil-A. I didn't know nothing about none they was talking about. Bro.
Lacrosse, yes.
Bro, so like coming up, like I remember real early influences was definitely heavy gospel and reggae, because like I said, my people Jamaican, so them cookouts, that music is just so infectious, and it's like in my DNA, because it's like obviously my parents grew up with that, but also like before I could even remember at whatever events, like, cause I be hearing about events from when I was a kid, probably like all of us, we got your parents and shit, like, be here, oh yeah, at your christening, or, you know, I remember at your first birthday party or this or that, and it's just like all those events, it was some crazy music being spun, you know what I'm saying? So the gospel music is so just ridiculous when it comes to like musicality and shit, so.
And depth.
Exactly, man, and like emotion and feeling and shit. Like that shit moving. So I definitely, that was like a heavy influence. Probably gave me a lot of like perspective on like real quality chords and drum chops, all that. I remember I really started like messing with like beatboxing and like rapping with my friends when I was in probably like 3rd, 4th grade. I had a bunch of my friends in my class. We would just be messing around, like making raps, talking about we was finna do the talent show. We was finna sing this song and that song. We'd be just getting so hype and stuff. And like, I feel like the first like rappers and stuff that I remember listening to is like definitely like Kanye on the radio. Like I remember Kanye like Gold Digger and stuff. I remember, you know what I'm saying, Stronger and shit like that. And I remember like Jay-Z, motherfucker, what was that bit called? Jay-Z and Kanye joint. It was Otis?
I watched the throne.
Bro, before, yeah, maybe like right before that. I'm talking about some old school Jay-Z, some like, no, it was like around that time though. But bro, I remember this one song. I memorized the fuck out that bitch. It was probably some Watch the Throne shit. But I remember like sitting on YouTube memorizing the fuck out those
what
lyrics.
You need?
Like, shit, bro.
I know, I'm already knowing.
Like, no, it's like, bro, yeah, right, bro. It's just like you just hear that shit and you just like, this shit is like the illest shit ever.
Yeah.
And so, you know what I'm saying? And then from there, there was a heavy dubstep phase for me. Like 6th grade.
Shit, Equinox.
Bro, yeah, like Scary Monsters and Nice Price. Yeah. That shit have a young nigga imagination going crazy. Because like I said, like when you a kid.
That's like the psychedelics of music before the psychedelic.
Bro, what? Yeah, bro. When you a kid and you hear some shit like that, you like, how did a nigga think to make this shit? Like, what the fuck? Scary Monsters and Nice Price, that just like changing my brain chemistry. That's one of the moments where it's like, I was altered forever.
That's real.
And then my homies, we was gaming heavy, so it's like we listening to like, I don't know, you know about Monster Cat?
Monster Cat? I heard of it.
Cat. It's a YouTube channel that had all these different drum and bass and like liquid bass and dubstep and different shit, and it would just have the visualizers. Like, it was basically like damn near like a blog type shit. It was like some YouTube shit.
Yeah.
And like, you know what I'm saying? If Skrillex dropped a song, that shit would be on there and shit like that.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So that shit, we'd be listening to that while we was playing Xbox and shit like that.
What type of games you fuck with?
Man, like, when I was a kid, I really fucked with... I had a lot of different game systems because I was the first kid. Like, I was the only child for like 7 years. From my brother came along. Shout out Luke. But like, yeah, basically like, I had a PSP. I had like the Xbox. In terms of the games, it was just a wide variety of shit. I remember I was playing Lego Batman like crazy. I was playing a little Tom Clancy on that motherfucking PSP. Bro, yeah, I remember some Tom Clancy shit I was playing. And
play Ultimate Alliance?
Ultimate Alliance, hell no. Bro.
It's like this shit crazy. It's like it was really all the Marvel characters in one, bro. This shit was crazy.
Damn.
Like 4 players, all that shit.
Damn.
Yeah. I just bought that shit recently.
I wish shit.
It's over there.
A little Assassin's Creed in that motherfucker. Yeah, bro. Facts. It was a lot of shit. Sonic. Yeah. Playing Sonic Rivals too, bro. Oh, bro.
Sonic Heroes.
Nah, I wasn't on that. I might have had that one. I played
Sonic Rivals though. That shit was hard.
Yeah. I might have had Sonic Heroes. But bro, the Dragon Ball games, I was always in anime and shit. God. We probably finna talk about anime in a second. That's the next part. Dragon Ball, Raging Blast, and Raging Blast 2. Yeah. I beat probably the entire Galaxy mode. Raging Blast 2 was so fucking hard. Like, I love that shit. I remember being stressed out doing the same mission, the end mission, like 50 different times because like they give you like 1 health against this boss nigga and you had to beat that. Like, that's how hard it got and shit.
Nah, for real though.
That shit was tough as shit though. I remember playing that motherfucker. Yeah, that shit was hard.
Shit, speaking of anime, like, what would you say like your top animes are? You don't gotta, but if you want to,
bro, shit. Definitely, I gotta shout out Chainsaw Man, bro. That's probably like my favorite franchise at the moment, bro. Like, if y'all aren't reading that shit, you're so late, bro. Cause honestly, that shit is probably some of the craziest written shit I've ever read. Like, I'm not heavy into manga. I grew up on anime, and I've been watching hella anime. But when it comes to manga and how a manga is written, this shit is like nothing I've ever read, bro. You can't predict what the fuck this nigga Tatsuki Fujimoto is gonna do. And the reason I say to read it is because the best parts will not be out for another fucking 6 years in the anime or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So get hip. Outside of that, Hunter x Hunter has the most disgusting.
You heard they bringing the anime back?
I just heard, bro.
That shit crazy.
I knew it happened, bro.
And the manga be going stupid too.
Man, I ain't caught up to that.
It's worth it. I ain't gonna say shit, bro.
Okay. Bro, yeah. I know a little bit about something, but bro. That shit, craziest power system ever. And in terms of like the Chimera Ant arc, probably one of the best arcs all time. Outside of that, I gotta shout out Naruto. Grew up on that. That was one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? Seeing that nigga grow up with you is an experience that y'all niggas, I hope y'all got that. If you don't, I don't know what to say, bro.
They got Paw Patrol now, shit.
Man. Cause we was on that shit, you know what I'm saying? 4 was cool, nigga. 4 was cool, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro. Really, really been about that forever. But, okay, Hunter x Hunter, Chainsaw Man, Dragon Ball, obviously, tough as shit. You know what I'm saying? The transformations. Y'all niggas looking up, were you looking up, like, Super Saiyan 18 and shit like that?
Yes, bro. I used to be drawing the Dragon Ball logo too on my journals.
Yeah, bro, man, exactly. But outside of that, it's like Full Metal Alchemist and Brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Those are like top tier shows, like top tier shows. And like Soul Eater too. Thanks. I just watched so much shit. Like middle school, bro. That's what me and my niggas was bonding over. That's the exact reason me and my niggas still cool to this fucking day. Cause when we met, that was like a big part of our foundation, nigga. Imagine you and your bro just watch like fucking 40 shows and y'all know all that shit, bro. We got 85 million inside jokes and shit. Like,
and anime really teaches you shit for real. Like, it ain't just some dumb cartoon. Like, you talk about friendship. Them anime niggas, they gonna be there till you dead.
Exactly, literally, bro. Good foundation, good model for being there for your bros, bro. No matter what, and checking your bros too.
Facts.
Cause y'all niggas need to be on that shit too. Accountability, bro. Them niggas had morals, bro.
Good MC. Punch a nigga in the face for fucking up.
Oh my God, I forgot about One Piece, y'all. They gonna kill me, bro.
You fucking up.
One Piece, bro.
Shout out One Piece.
Shout out One Piece, bro. That's probably one of the greatest stories, if not the greatest story ever told, my nigga. Like, 100. Real shit. Like, man, yeah, we don't even got into that. Y'all need to get into that. But you know what I'm saying? Katakuri, like, probably my favorite villain all time. Like, that fight, I'll watch that shit right now. Start the podcast, watch that whole shit.
We're going to put a clip right here. I'm playing now. I don't know how to do that.
Bro, they taking CapCut away with motherfucking TikTok. Bro, you heard about that?
I'm about to get a VPN. Fuck that shit. I'm
not going. Oh, my God, bro. But real shit, yeah, those are the anime I fuck with, like, heavy. Yeah, bro, yeah.
Nah, that shit hard. Yeah. Shit, in terms of, your personal growth over time and, like, your evolution as an artist, like, what are different points that like just had you realizing, oh, I need to go even further? You got what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, because it's definitely been some of those, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like let me talk about how I first started getting into rapping. I think I told you this story, bro, but I found out about like Odd Future. I was like 14, 15. This girl had put me on. She said she liked Tyler the Creator. And I was like, okay, let me go listen. I listened to Cherry Bomb. Okay, I listened to Cherry Bomb. Then I was like, okay, this shit weird. I don't know. Now I heard about Earl. I listened to Earl and I listened to the Earl mixtape, right? And then I found out that nigga was 15 when he wrote that shit, when he recorded that shit.
Yeah.
I was 15 when he, you know what I'm saying, when he
Yeah.
put that shit out, even though there's a difference in time. And then I heard Tyler, who I held in very high regards at the time, say, this nigga Earl, the best 15-year-old rapper of all time. There was never anybody that was 15 that was better than Earl ever. Hearing that shit, or I think I probably read that shit.
Yeah.
But even just seeing that shit, I was like, oh, you calling me a hoe.
Yeah.
You calling me a hoe. Right now, I ain't even rap like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew I was fire, but it's like, I ain't even rap. From that day, I got a badass book, like a badass notebook. I put book of bars on the front of that motherfucker. I started going in. That's my origin story for real. Like, out of spite. Like, there's no way this nigga call me a bitch to my... Exactly, bro. If I could... I probably still got that motherfucker.
Yeah, I still got my journal. God,
shit.
I can't play.
But, motherfucker, like, I started writing and shit. That was how I first, like, started and shit. And then I was always freestyling with the bros every single lunch, every single day after school, like, freestyling with the bros and shit on different beats and shit like that. So that's how we really started, like, honing the skills and shit. Got a bunch of hours in that motherfucker, because that's all of high school, basically. Yeah. But, you know what I'm saying? I remember being in college. Like, I'm always, like, I'm mad competitive. I can't lie. Like, as y'all can see, like, me, like, starting rapping and shit off, you know what I'm saying, that, like, a whim. But, like, I remember in college, right when I got to Xavier, shout out Xavier, love my HBCU.
Education.
Hell yeah. Important. Y'all dumbass nigga. No, I can't. But nah, like,
dumbass nigga stop.
I got the chance to go to Xavier and shit like that. Immediately, I'm like, all right, who the finest artist on campus? Like, who's the finest producer? Who thinks they're the finest producer on campus? Yeah. Let me go meet them. Not even all know, like, cause I like being around people that's doing shit that I'm doing or better at what I'm doing than me. Cause you can learn. Like, I've never been a nigga where it's like, I'm ducking smoke. Like, why would I duck smoke? That's a opportunity for me to grow right there, either by learning from you or like whatever the fuck else, just being there, processes, ideas, like spinning. Jules. Exactly. So it's like literally I went, tried to find the best artists, found them and shit like that. Then we start cooking up and shit like that. They recognize game, we start cooking and shit like that. But then it's like I realized niggas not on the same level, bro. Niggas just talk about shit and be okay just like talking about shit and like not really putting in, they're not putting in like the work to back up what they saying. And I'm just like, y'all niggas like delusional, but like not in a good way. Like, I feel like delusion's good, especially I'm a Pisces nigga. Like, trust me, bro, I get that shit. Like, I get the delusion and shit, but it has to be like based in like something, my nigga. Like, it can't just be out of nowhere. Like, niggas were just like talking and shit. I would just be quiet because I'm like, y'all saying a lot, but like every day I'm coming in this bitch, I'm making beats, I'm doing what I'm doing. Y'all niggas just talking. Y'all just, and then I'm just like, okay, let me just go back to, you know what I'm saying, making beats in my room and shit. Y'all niggas just talking to me.
Like, this shit ain't worth it. Like.
And then it's like, shit, I had my moments too later on in college and shit. I'm just like, damn, I'm not super locked in, bro. I thought I would be fucking Kanye West by this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. And it's like, oh, shit, I could lock in way more, because it's like, it really hit you like, what if I don't, you know what I'm saying, like, ever become like the greatest version of myself? That shit shocked some spark into me, you know what I'm saying? I locked the fuck back in, got back with, you know what I'm saying, the right people, started cranking out shit, got more itemized, systemized, and got way more hours in and shit like that. And then coming back to Atlanta was like, I felt like,
make sure it's recording. We'll see.
Yeah.
Keep that thought.
Hell yeah.
Is it recording? Yeah. You gotta make sure it's back in the view too. So just, does it say like a time limit or something?
Yeah, I was just trying to make sure it was taken.
Okay, bet. How many minutes is on it?
33 minutes. In
So you re-recorded?
No, it's still recording.
I bet. Let's do it. All right, what you saying about Atlanta?
So yeah, bro, when I moved back to Atlanta, after I was done with the Xavier stuff, I knew like basically while I was in NOLA, I got the opportunity to do some crazy shit. Like I opened up for like Bear One Boss and Muddy Maya because they had came through, bro. Yeah, that shit was raw, bro. And like I had already met Muddy and like we had songs together at that point. I got a couple of shits, you know what I'm saying? I'm like fuck around, drop them on y'all head top and shit. But what's it called? Opening up for Bear and shit, that was crazy because like I feel like I manifested the fuck out of that. Cause like I was listening to so much Bear, then they talking about he coming to New Orleans. Then it's like I just seen the thing where it's like, oh, you want to open up? I was like, yeah, I did that shit. And then, like, I rocked the fuck out that show. Like, that crowd was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I performed, and it was a decent performance. Everybody in that bitch was showing love and shit like that. And then, like, that was hard as shit. But, like, so I knew I needed to come the fuck back to Atlanta, like, permanently because it's, like, I needed to get to work, like, working on home base. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew that was going to unlock a lot of creative potential because, like, no shade, the NOLA underground scene is pretty small. The niggas that's out there is hard. Shout out Popstar Slime. Shout out Narco Black. You know what I'm saying? But it's like not even close to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about like 2022, 2023. So it's like a lot of shit happening. So I moved back, and then you know what I'm saying. We at the beginning of the arc that ends up leading us here today. Now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I started going to fucking Closet and shit like that because they got that little, you know what I'm saying, that little mixer and shit. That shit hard. You know what I'm saying? I started popping out to that. Closet. Shout out Closet. Shit. I started going to that motherfucker. I meet there's a nigga in the back. He's selling drinks and shit. Like, oh shit. What the fuck this shit about? Like, oh, what's up? I'm Sato, bro. I was like, oh, what's up?
Yes, sir.
I was like, oh, you fuck with anime and shit, bro? He's like, hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, I fuck with anime and shit. And we just like, oh, you fuck with that? Oh, you fuck with that? You make music? Oh, you produce? Oh, your homies produce? Oh. And then it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, organic, bro. Like, literally, because it's like, I feel like if you confident in your own work and shit like that, you don't really got to force shit. Because it's like, you was going to already make some shit happen. But having other people that got your same, like, vision or same goals passion. For, like, the same passion, really. And really, like, locked in.
Because like you were saying earlier,
yeah.
In order to do some shit, you gotta have some passion about that shit. You know
what? Yeah, bro. You gotta do some shit that you love to where like you would actually do it for free. You know what I'm saying? So like when you find people like that's at your level, especially, y'all go far. So shit, it's been like a year since then or some shit. So you know what I'm saying? Niggas just
making some crazy shit.
Wild. Insane, bro. So
check out Different Plane out on all plats.
Hell yeah, Different Plane, man. And that was the first song we ever made together. Yeah, that shit came together in like the beat came together like half an hour. Niggas rapped on that shit. It was raps, bro.
Quick.
Like that, bro. But that's how you know. That's you doing something right.
Different plane. Shit. Speaking of fucking different planes, like
hell yeah.
How you feel like is music a form of scientific exploration to you?
Damn, that's crazy. Is music hell yeah, bro. Like, you know what? Now this goes back to the thing we was talking about earlier. Yeah. Hell yeah. Scientific method, bro. My process is extremely experimental. I be fucking around and just making sounds that I haven't heard before, going to things that I haven't gone to before, learning new ways to fuck with the waveform until like, cause I've been on Logic. I've been using Logic since I was 17. I'm 23 now, about to turn 24. So I know that bitch like the back of my hand. Like there are a bajillion different ways to do one thing, and that is what exploration is about. Like finding different ways to accomplish whatever you want to, so you're not ever like pigeonholed into doing one thing and having one way to do it. I'd rather have 50 different ways to start to make a beat so that I could do exactly what I want to, but that takes so much exploration and basically being sucky and just learning, and you know what I'm saying? But that's what I've always fucked with, is just making like different sounding shit, like for my own personal like benefit. I just like weird sounding shit. So you know what I'm saying? Definitely like it's definitely a scientific exploration, because music is so special. Like, you could literally make something that no one has ever heard before. You understand how special that is? Like, you know what I'm saying? With art in general, you making shit that's never existed before. So it's like, obviously, nothing new is under the sun. Like, we all got the same components, but that's damn near what make it cool as fuck. Yeah. Cause it's like, then you can inspire a nigga like, they could do that too. You know what I'm saying? And the niggas ripple effect. Exactly. The niggas that inspire me make the weirdest shit or the most out there shit. Like Flying Lotus, probably one of my biggest inspirations ever.
Shout out Flying Lotus.
His shit, I still listen to some of the songs to this day, and I realize how deep he really is in this shit. And like, I be trying to find interviews, trying to understand how the fuck he look at it, and he got a similar process to me. I was so gratified when I found out. I found that shit out like a month or two ago. He said he go into sessions, he just makes something. The first thing he do, make a sound that he's never heard. Make a sound that's just different, that he's never heard before. Yeah. Build on that. Make something around that. I was like, yeah, he gets it. That's why I'm inspired by facts. Exactly, bro. Because it's like, shit
sound like science on God. Like.
Exactly. It sounds like this nigga really trying to get to the bottom of how to make this crazy ass shit, bro. And that's what I fuck with, bro. That's how I be, man.
Do you ever believe music could replace fucking regular communication? Goddamn.
Music could replace. I feel like if humans were able to open up their hearts and, you know what I'm saying, truly experience humanity, I feel like fuck communication, like life. You know what I'm saying? Life could be a song, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we could all, you know, say collaborate with each other and do everything and just make everybody's waveforms just better and synchronize and harmonize and just do incredible things. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? I definitely think music could be everything, or it already is, but you know what I'm saying? It's all up to niggas opening up their hearts to allow what's already going on in terms of like the greatness of all the oscillation and waves and everything in the universe to either speak through them or, you know what I'm saying, do whatever. But hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So like, in terms of shit, just being a scientific person and a musical person, what technology or instrument would you build if you could?
Bro, Q&A. Internal technology is so important, bro. Because how you approach whatever the fuck you doing is basically all you have, right? Shit. Like, building internal technology, and by that I mean meditation opened me up to so much shit. You know what I'm saying? Discovering different ways to interact with the internal world definitely reflects in the music, like 100%. Same way you can hear like a nigga fucked up on the track because he's slurring his words or anything, or you could hear this nigga hella conscious and precise and
not saying
exactly, bro. Like, you hear certain niggas, you like, damn, this nigga mind different. Or certain times you hear a nigga and you just know that he's speaking to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like he talking so clear because he exactly understands like guiding your own intentions and shit like that. Like, being intentional within yourself and your own shit is like, you could create miracles off that shit. So it's like, what I would do is like, that's what Q&A is. It's literally like a process for infinite growth. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily just in one area, but acknowledging the fact that you don't know shit, bro. You don't know shit about shit. You don't know how to breathe. You don't know how to take a shit. You don't know how to eat right. If you think that you're the best breather on the planet, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think that you could breathe better than every other nigga. Like, what gives you the right to say that? Like, what did you figure out about breathing? That was, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
it's that new invention or that new approach that would just get you to that higher state.
Exactly. Niggas been doing all the shit that we've been doing forever, and like, we very disconnected from like the core of like humanity. I feel like, just with like technology and shit, because all the technology we have external, you know what I'm saying, real simple shit. Like, niggas memories used to be better. Now niggas can't remember shit. It's not just because of the gas and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? All of our
because we zoned into a whole nother type of matrix. Yeah,
exactly. And like, we get skills from it. Like, shit, we got to build all this shit. We get the computers and the this and the that like past generations couldn't even dreamed of and shit. But now we relying on that.
Yeah, it's like taking away from the humanity of it. Like, if we making music, it should still be some human aspects to it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's why organic shit just sounds so like good, and it be sounding soulful, and usually it's like found in like soul music and
or
shit.
Jazz, stuff like that.
Exactly.
And that goes to the next question. Do you feel like music isn't just music, but it has a deeper purpose beyond entertainment.
Oh hell yeah, bro. Music. I had just heard that take like on Twitter or something. Niggas was talking about like some heavy metal and was like, I know that niggas just look at music as entertainment when they be saying bullshit like this is unlistenable. I can't do it. Like, what do you mean it's unlistenable? You can hear it, right? You know what I'm saying?
So
you don't want
listen.
You don't niggas don't know how to listen. Niggas forgot how to listen. What the fuck? So it's like real shit. Like the purpose of music can really be whatever the intentions of the user are. You know what I'm saying? Niggas can make music to influence other people in a positive or negative way. Niggas can make music to, you know what I'm saying, make niggas joyous and shit, to encourage people to liberate their own mind. Like, the purpose of music is really weird because it's like, what separate, this is the real question. This is why I fuck with Q&A, because Q&A really about asking really good questions. What separates music from the rest of life? Like, does music have to be in a tempo, or does music have to start when you hit a drum? You know what I'm saying? When did music begin? When was the first time a nigga made music? Back in the fucking Stone Ages and shit. When was it? You can't really say.
Yeah, for real.
Exactly. You can't really say. Was it when two niggas clicked some sticks together at the same time? No. What started that? You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm pretty sure 4/4 was not the first fucking.
Yeah.
Come on now.
It like on some shit. I'm so biased because you know what I'm saying. We living in this world, so it's like obviously it was 4/4. Like it just 4/4 feels good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like it could have been anything. But that goes to say like music always been here. We just discovered it. You know what I'm saying? It's some shit that's always been here. So it's something that's always around all the time. I learned that when I was a little kid. When I was a little kid, like 4 years old in preschool. We used to do this thing like they used to give everybody a little instrument. There was like different like drumsticks and different like percussive sticks and shit. And we would all just play some shit together and shit. And the teacher would be like, music is like everywhere. Like music like is like all around us all the time. Like everything is music type shit if you listen for it. And that's so fucking facts. Cause it's like, tell me one thing that I can't sample and put in a song. Nigga, like it's all just sound. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all there. It's all already there. So it's like, yeah. Shit, everything. Shit.
So how do you balance technical precision with the emotional expression of music?
That's a good question. One thing that I think Q&A has really guided me into like looking at is the fact that like, you know how like some niggas will say like, oh, I'm a math nigga, I can't do music. Like they're like, I was a musician, I was never really good at math and shit. It's like that shit, it builds on each other. Like, you know, you got your left half of your brain, your right half of the brain. So it's like, if you go crazy with the right half of your brain, that just means you practice more with the right side of your brain, but you can match that shit with the left side of your brain too. And then you would go even crazier.
Duality.
So it's like, I definitely try to like go back and forth on some like not trying to be left-handed or right-handed shit. Like if I realize like I'm too far into this thing, it's like, okay, maybe it's time to like practice the other thing. Yeah. Cause if you keep on going both ways and like doing that and keep on building, it's like you could touch some shit that no one else ever been to before. Thanks. Just to inspire other niggas to do it. Cause look, the greatest artists of all fucking time was niggas that did damn near everything. Da Vinci and shit. That nigga made so many inventions, did so much shit. And it's like, no one would think that the things went together. But it's like, you gotta realize that when you put the shit together, that's when it goes together. Yeah, facts. Like, niggas was drawing, doing anatomy, being engineers, being musicians, being designers, all in the same nigga. Can everybody do that? Shit, I think if everybody was conditioned to believe that they could do that from a young age instead of niggas being like, oh, I am a math nigga. But I wish I could go back in time or just go anywhere to anywhere where a nigga saying that like, nah, I do math, I don't do music. Be like, you just told yourself that, you just created that reality for yourself. That's not true. If you wanted to be a musician today, all you had to do is pick up an instrument and fucking learn that shit. Shit, everybody got different intelligences and shit, obviously. But to pigeonhole yourself into being like
limiting your capabilities.
Yeah, don't do that shit, twin. Don't do that. Don't ever do that shit. Like, you can do anything. Now here's something important that I learned too. You can't do everything, but you can do anything. Yeah. You can't do everything. Like, you low-key can, but it's like, you only got one life. You know what I'm saying?
You had the capabilities to do everything.
Yes.
I mean, to do anything, but you know.
Yeah, we got time and shit. Yeah, we got physical bodies and shit like that. Like, fuck around. Like, I fuck around. I do a whole bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? I really think I could do anything. And it's like, that's what I do. Yeah. Anything that I really have
that you
passion
set your
for.
mind to, facts.
Exactly. But I realize, you know what I'm saying? I'm still within the limitations of like 24 hours in a day. Got to make my money. Got to do this. Got to do that. So
and
it's
all
like,
take steps too. So
hell yeah. Hell yeah, but you know what I'm saying? You give a nigga like me $1 million, I make that shit, I'm never coming back, bro. It's like, I'm doing everything. Facts. I'm doing fucking everything. I'm spending all my time creating, learning how to create, spreading the knowledge, fucking doing dope shit, inspiring others, lifting others up.
Enhancing that shit.
Exactly.
How do you stay curious and passionate, you know, with your music, your science, whatever?
I feel like the approach that I have is like innately based in curiosity. It's like dependent on it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like writer's block and shit is definitely like some made up shit. Like, I feel like everybody go through highs and lows with their creativity as you like learning, and as your eye, your damn, this sweet tea busting.
Yeah, I already know.
Nah, but like, it's as your perception grows and shit, and as your ability to execute grows, like, obviously you gonna have like highs and lows of thinking like, oh, this shit suck, or like, damn, this is the best shit I ever made. But you just gotta keep on going with this shit by like asking questions like, how can I do this? How can I do this in a way I haven't done before? You know what I'm saying? Like, asking those types of questions is what's gonna push you to keep on learning, to keep on growing, especially as you can ask. Cause like, the more clear questions you can ask, the better your vision gonna get and shit. And then the better your vision can like get, it's like, that's when you could find like your purpose. And,
yeah,
like,
that point of focus.
Exactly, bro. You could go crazy on some different shit, but you got to be able to like get there through like asking little bitty questions. Oh, how does this work? How does that work? How does this work? How can I mix that and that? How can I mix that and that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's endless. So that's why I can't run out of ideas. You know what I'm saying?
That's real. So, got one last question for you. If you could collaborate with anybody, it don't just gotta be an artist. It could be a scientist. It could be a philosopher. Who would you collaborate with and why?
Man, real talk. I would have to say Jesus, bro. I gotta meet that nigga, bro.
That's real.
I gotta see what he was on, cause it's like, I feel like he could make the track that just like, you know what I'm saying, like, make Michael Jackson look like he never even touched the mic. You know what I'm saying? And he could do that saying like one word. I just want to see what the nigga would do though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Invite him to the studio type shit. Shit, you want to start? Shit, you want?
He might just touch that bit.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I just want to see it. I would just want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that shit would be like incredible. He wasn't alive in the time of like Ableton and shit like that. Like, I feel like he could have gone insane.
They had Able though.
Yo. Real talk. Bro, that's crazy. That's insane. Bro, no, but I feel like he could have been the illest DJ ever. Like, imagine going to a rave and Jesus is the DJ. Like, imagine what the fuck he would spin, like, how he
would probably DJ shit. The whole world, bro.
He could. That's what I'm saying. Like, because everyone would come up because that's how cold he is. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson, he moved like 10 million people for a concert or some shit like that.
Moving 6 billion.
Literally, the whole people. Man, ain't that what Revelation about? Yeah, that's really what the end times just gonna be. He gonna start his track. You gonna hear. He just gonna be turning that bitch. Everybody like, what the fuck?
Walking out the door.
Oh my god! Everybody just like, yeah, click on. Real shit, bro.
I appreciate you for getting on the show, bro. We about to get into the music segment. Gonna collab on some shit.
Hell yeah, bro.
Plug yourself in. Man,
yeah. Jaris.wav on Instagram. Jaris.wav, but you gotta spell the dot on Twitter. Everywhere where you can find music. So YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Jaris.wav. No E on the wave. And Jaris rhymes with Paris. You know what I'm saying? Question and Answer is the IG. And tune in with that, because, you know, it is the 5-year anniversary of Question and Answer this year. It's a pandemic, baby. So we're going to have some hot shit for you. I don't know when this episode finna come out, but y'all already finna see a lot of Q&A shit out in the world. So tap in with that.
Shout out.